Dr. Jonathan Schanzer is the Senior Vice President of Research for the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, and he joins me now. Doctor, this was yet another attack, a terror attack right here on American soil. It should be clear to everyone that the anti-Semitic upswing is now officially threatening national security. It's happening. We see it in front of us. What now, Doctor?
It is a significant threat. I think we've seen it, though, boiling now for the last year and a half. Since the war broke out on October 7th, we have seen the rhetoric change in this country, the atmosphere on campus, on Main Street, online. And of course, it's only a matter of time before that rhetoric turns to violence. And so here we're seeing that 2 attacks in as many weeks. And don't forget, we also saw the arson attack against Governor Josh Shapiro, which was very likely motivated by anti-Semitism. That took place on the holiday of Passover. So we have a serious challenge on our hands right now. And that challenge now falls on the shoulders, I think, primarily of Task Force 10-7. This is a Department of Justice initiative stood up by the Trump administration early on in Trump's second term here in the White House. This is Department of Justice, FBI, Homeland Security. They need to start cracking down on the upswing in anti-Semitism and the violence that's been associated with it. So it'll be really interesting to see right now how they respond and how local law enforcement responds as well. After
studying the Holocaust in school growing up, I never thought that I would see numbers. I couldn't even contemplate seeing numbers like I'm about to read. But here we are in 2025. An audit from the Anti-Defamation League last year in 2024 found this: over 9,000 anti-Semitic incidents across our country, the highest number on record since ADL began tracking this 46 years ago. 5% increase from 2023, 344% increase over 5 years, and a whopping 893% increase over 10 years. Doctor, what's your warning to those who see those numbers and say, okay, they're not good, but I'm not Jewish, this doesn't affect me?
Well, what happens with the Jewish community doesn't stay with the Jewish community, not anywhere. I mean, forget about just the United States. When we see anti-Semitism rear its head in Europe, that meant terrible things over there. This is usually a harbinger for things that that could spin out of control. You know, what we're talking about is blind hatred, and that blind hatred can obviously shift toward other subjects as well. And you've just got to remember here that they're not targeting these people because of necessarily even their support for Israel. These people yesterday were out there just supporting the victims who were held hostage now for more than a year and a half. And this is just about humanizing other people. And apparently that has not sat well, not with the suspect yesterday, but of course not with a lot of others as well who've been engaging in anti-Semitism, again, for the last year and a half plus.
I think it is so important what you just said, and we need to keep our eye on this point. Those individuals were walking peacefully to support people who've been held hostage in captivity for almost 2 years now. And yet this was the response to those people, an attempted burning of them, which is inconceivable in civilized society. One more question for you, Doctor. The 88-year-old victim in this attack, the oldest one in this attack, she fled Europe during the Nazi reign of terror. What goes through your mind when you see and hear a victim now of an attack right here in the United States, somebody who actually fled the Nazis? To me, that is also unconscionable.
It's unconscionable. And of course, this is the kind of thing that should shock every American, that we're a melting pot. We're supposed to be a place where minorities of all faiths, creeds, colors can come in order to escape persecution. But let me just also point out that so many of the Israelis right now that are under attack, under blind attack by the Houthis who've been firing ballistic missiles at Israel, the Iranians have been doing the same. Many of these same people are also survivors of the camps in World War II. These are people who fled Nazi persecution. And so what we're seeing right now is blind violence. They're not targeting one thing or another. They're targeting entire swaths of people, 10 million people in Israel, similar numbers here in the United States. This kind of hatred needs to be brought into check. I'm hoping that this is a wake-up call. But again, we'll have to see how the FBI, local law enforcement, and the federal government responds.
Dr. Jonathan Schanzer, thank you for your insight this morning. Appreciate it.
Thank you.